My name is Jill Robinson, and I'm a QiGong teacher in Los Angeles. You may not have heard the word QiGong very much before, but QiGong is just a mind-body practice like yoga or like meditation. Today, what we're going to do is use QiGong to circulate our energy. The first part of QiGong, Qi means energy. QiGong means energy, practice, or vitality practice. So that's what we'll be doing, very broadly speaking. Just to give a little roadmap of where we're going today, we'll start out with some centering breathing practices, just to bring us all into our space together, bring our minds into the space, and to connect the body, the breath, and the mind. After we do that, we'll do a few movements that will help us to discover any tension that we have in our bodies, or any kind of random thoughts that we might need to quiet right now, and to just warm ourselves up and loosen up a little bit for our practice. Then we'll move into a couple more movements. We call them moving meditations. But again, much like yoga, there'll be different poses that we do, except that the poses keep moving. There won't be a time when we're really standing perfectly still. They're easy circular movements. I'll repeat them a bunch of times so you'll be able to follow them. And then we'll end with a short standing meditation. And that might be a new thing or a different thing for some people, but I would encourage you to try it out, see if you like it, and see how it feels. As we go through today, if you have any questions about anything, if you're wondering about anything, if you want to learn more about QiGong, you can write your questions in the chat. I have a website that you can visit. It's called jillrobinsonqigong.com. So you can always find more resources and information there. And I'm also currently teaching 2 online classes. I teach one Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Pacific time. I teach another one Thursday afternoon online. So if you take the workshop today and you like it and you want to do some more, I would be glad to have you in either of those classes today. So let's get started. Anywhere, by the way, that you're standing is okay. You can wear shoes or not shoes. That's all okay. Whatever you're wearing, perfect. So let's just bring our feet together, and we'll take both hands and we'll place them over the abdomen like this. So just very relaxed posture like this. And we're just gonna close our eyes, take several deep breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Just start to tune into where you are today and any sensations that you're feeling right now. And as you inhale and exhale, try to make your exhale just a little bit longer than your inhale. The first tool of QiGong is breathing. And by taking long, deep breaths, with the exhale a little bit longer, it helps us flip the switch of our nervous system from that fight or flight way of being, and busy, attentive way of being, to a more relaxed state where we can relax and rejuvenate our minds and our bodies. Take a couple more deep breaths. And bring your attention to your feet. Notice the connection that your toes have with the floor or the ground. Wiggle your toes a little. Then move to the balls of your feet. Then to the ankles. Rock forward just a little bit on your feet, and then rock back just a little bit on your heels. Find your center of your balance. Get connected. Then bring your attention up the legs to the knees. Just notice if your knees are bent, are they locked, or somewhere in between. Just try to bring a little softness to the knees so that you're standing in a relaxed, easy posture. Then bring your attention up to the hips and pelvis, checking in, noticing if you're feeling any tension, and if your pelvis is a little bit tucked in, if it's a little bit tucked back, or if it's kind of happily resting in the center. Then bring the attention up through the chest and the sternum, noticing any tension you might feel in the chest, and visualize bringing some warmth or some softness to that area. Pull the shoulders back just a little so that you feel the shoulder blades coming a little closer together. And moving to the shoulders, let the shoulders be soft and relaxed. Then moving on to the head and the face. Notice if you feel any tension in the jaw or the face. Visualize bringing some softness, maybe visualize a melting sensation. Then up to the eyes, relaxing the eyes. And then finally up to the top of the head. Visualize that your head is suspended, your spine is straight, your head is light. So the bottom half of your body is connected and rooted. And the top half of your body is light. And when you're ready, you can float the eyes open, drop the hands down. And we'll start by just shaking out the hands. Shake your hands so that you feel that shaking all the way to the tips of the fingers and the tips of the thumbs. Shaking is one of the main tools that we use just to clear out tension, loosen up. Continue that deep, easy breathing, then take that shake all the way to the elbows so that you feel it in the elbow joints. And shake the whole arm so that you feel it up in the shoulders. And then I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this, but look down at my heels and my feet. And I'm just going to do a couple of light taps here, tapping my heels on the ground. And in QiGong, we say this is sending the energy from our head, where we may have a lot going on, down all the way through the body to the feet, just discharging some of that extra chi or extra energy. Just kind of a physical reboot. Okay, now we're going to place our hands right here on our shoulders. Just do a little bit of a shoulder warm up here, discovering anything we might feel in the shoulders, making circles with the elbows. Then we reverse that. Take the elbows in the other direction. Then take one elbow and then the other forward. You can start to feel a little bit of a twist in the back and spine here. Circulating that energy or the chi, circulating oxygen. clearing out any stagnation. Then we reverse that, go backwards with the elbows. And then just let the hands rest. Now we're going to reach out to the sides. Your feet can be a little wider than hips width or shoulder width here, and reach out as far as you can with your fingertips. And really tune into that sensation that you might feel in the fingertips or the arms or the shoulders. It might feel like a little bit of tingling or warmth. You might just feel it in your muscles. And then point the fingers up towards the sky. You can feel that nice stretch in your arms. Then point the fingers down, then back up again, and then down. And then circle the wrists. Give the wrists a little bit of love. Every time we circulate or make circles with our wrists or our joints, we circulate that synovial fluid, which is like the oil for the Tin Man with our joints. Feels very, very good. And then shake that out. And then we move to posture where our feet are about hips width apart. And we're going to sit down into this posture as if we're riding a big giant horse. This is actually called Ma Bu, the horse riding stance. As you're riding your horse, you're going to push your knees a little bit out to the sides just to protect your knees. And then we're going to turn at the waist. And as we turn at the waist, we just allow our arms to swing as if our arms were heavy ropes. And as we do this, you can tap your hands alternately in the area where your liver and your spleen are on the front of your body, and lightly tap in the back where your kidneys are. This is how it looks from the back. And then we're going to bring that tap up a little higher. So you're tapping with a palm or loose fist right under the collarbone. So waking up the body. Tapping and self-applied massage are two more tools in QiGong that we use to help circulate energy, rest, revitalize. And let that close. And lastly, we're just going to come down to our knees. Give your knee a little massage on the front and the sides and the back. Give the other knee a little massage. And then just shake that out. All right, let's bring our feet together again. And we'll move into our moving meditations. So we're going to bring the arms up as we inhale, down through the center line, and exhale. We'll do this a few more times. Inhale. Exhale. Nice, long, deep, easy breathing. Hands come down, and then we're going to sink our weight as if we're sitting again, and we're going to roll our foot across the floor as if we were rolling a marble across the floor. And we're going to sink back into that same Ma Bu horse riding stance. And you can be here if you want to. You can be here. You can even be here. Whatever's comfortable, please feel free to modify. And then with an exhale, we're going to let the hands float up. And then the hands float back down. And inhale, exhale. As if our hands are leaves being blown up by the wind. and feathers floating down. This first movement is called blossoming. So you come down and you inhale. Feel as if the earth is pulling you down. You are connected and rooted. So I inhale and I feel that sense of rootedness all the way down through my feet, as if actually roots were shooting out of the bottom of my feet. Exhale, leaves blow up. Inhale, connection. And in QiGong, you never have to think about what's next or am I doing this right? The whole purpose of the practice is just to tune in to sensation, lengthen your breathing, and enjoy the meditation. Hands float up, exhale, sinking, inhale, hands float down. And now we're going to reach out in front of us as if we're lifting a heavy boulder. Really feel the weight, the texture of that boulder as you lift it up. And then we turn the boulder up, we push it and we let it go. Inhale, so we're lifting that heavy weight, turning it over. Exhale, release. This time, lift the boulder, and when we release, we visualize that we're painting the sky with our fingers. 1,000 colors shooting out our fingertips. We gather up any limiting thoughts or beliefs. We let that go. Unleash your creativity, imagination, potential. Lift the rock, inhale, exhale, paint the sky. No urgency, nowhere to be, nothing to plan or do. Just making room for your experience, tuning into your own sensation, your own energy. One more time, reaching down, lift the rock, paint the sky. Now I'm going to come a little closer so you can see this. This next movement is called waterfall. And what we're going to do is we're just going to let our hands float up as we inhale. Let the elbows drop and then the hands come down. So this time we'll inhale as the hands come up. Exhale as the hands come down. And we always say in QiGong, movement follows breath. So your breath is the water, the waterfall, rising up and then releasing. Inhale, elbows drop. Sinking down, releasing. In general, when we gather, when we bring something in, we inhale in QiGong. When we express or let go, we exhale. And let the movement follow the breath. And breath is like a wave. And you're just swimming with, riding that wave. A couple more times. And let that settle. Now we're going to take one hand behind our back. And with a generous bend in the knees, with the other hand, we're going to reach down as if we're gathering. Don't have to touch the floor. Reach down as if we're gathering. Twirl the waist to the side. Hand comes up overhead. Sweeps down the other way. Like our hand is the hand, one of the hands of the clock, like maybe the minute hand on the clock. Reach down and gather. Swirl at the waist. Reach up. Swirl at the waist the other direction. As we gather, we inhale. As we release, we exhale. And as we gather, this movement is called Phoenix Walks Through the Fire. It's a movement of transformation. And the story of this movement is all about resilience. The phoenix is actually gathering its own ashes, rising from those ashes and walking through the fire. Exhale, release. And let this arm float down, come back behind the back. The other arm reaches out. Same thing, twirl at the waist. Release as we exhale. Inhale. Release. Circulating the energy through the spine, the legs, the arms, the whole body in this movement. A transformational movement, metaphorically, but also very much so physically. One more time. Hand sweeps up. Exhale, and the hand floats down. And then we'll end our practice with a standing meditation, which is a very typical QiGong practice. And what we'll do for this is we'll just stand with our feet a little bit wider than shoulder, hips width, and again, sink right down into that horse riding stance, the Mabu stance with a big horse. And you will feel this a little bit probably in your legs and arms. And I just invite you to just be curious about that sensation. You know, don't think, oh, it really hurts, or how long is this going to be? Maybe just ask the question, what does this feel like? What's the sensation for me? If it's really uncomfortable to do that, you can also be here, standing straight up, or just slightly bent, whatever is working for you. So we come to our standing meditation stance. We reach out with the arms as if we're hugging a really old ancestor tree. Maybe it's a grandmother or grandfather tree that has been on the earth for hundreds of years, has a lot of wisdom, a lot of compassion. And we're going to really feel rooted and connected. And we'll just spend the next few moments, not very long. I invite you to close your eyes and just take a few deep breaths here. Noticing sensation. Appreciating the time that you've taken for yourself for rejuvenation. And just for these last few moments, really dwelling in the breath, resisting any urgency. And when you're ready, you can float the eyes open, let the hands fall down, sink into one leg, sweep the other leg back. Now take one last nice deep breath together and just sigh it out. And that's our QiGong practice for today. I'm going to take a look in the chat for any questions and try to answer them if I can. And I just want to say thank you for being here with me today. I truly appreciate it. And I hope that you found something for you in the practice today. I know that it's been a practice that's helped me and been very valuable and special to me. And so I hope that there was something here for you as well. So let me just look in the chat here and see what's happening. Does this QiGong help move and release emotion through the body? Absolutely, yes. And this is a thousands of years old practice. And I don't think that things stick around for that long without some value. So there are even some specific QiGong sets that are all about emotional release. Some of the things that we did today were more about resilience and building resilience, but absolutely QiGong is very helpful for moving your qi, your energy, both your physical and your emotional energy through your body and releasing that tension and stress and releasing emotions for sure. See anything else here? The rejuvenation movement. Yes, I like that one too. Okay, just looking for anything else here. Thank you, thank you. You're welcome, you're welcome. So great, thanks again for being with me and being here with me. And if you have any other questions, you can visit my website, which is Jill Robinson QiGong, all one thing.com. And stop in there, and I would love to connect with you more and talk all about QiGong. Thank you very much.